Bonjour.
Shut up.
Comment allez-vous?
That's the worst.
I mixed up Spanish in that too. It's supposed to be como allez-vous, not como.
My level of caring is not of the French variety. So
It's just like difficult learning multiple languages because I'll get some of the words mixed up, especially like with French and Spanish because they're so similar. I'll be like,
how often do you do French?
like learn more of it or use it?
Yeah, learn more of it.
Not very frequently.
So you would, but you're saying that you learn in both right now?
Well, like I write in French at work. Just makes people's days. They think it's cute.
You know what makes my day? You
Taco
just
Bell.
ending a 300 friendship streak on Duolingo for no reason. Just
I got
ending
really
it.
annoyed with them.
Just ended it for no reason.
No, I have a reason.
Yeah, just didn't want to tell me. Just let it
So-
drop off.
Duolingo basically fired a ton of their staff and replaced them with AI, and that really upset me.
So you decided I don't want to learn anymore because someone made a bad decision that you didn't like. Did you stop giving them money? No. No. So
No.
really, you just threw away our friendship because you were upset about something you read online and did nothing to impact them. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, look a shame. That's the sigh of missed friendship.
I've already given you the bullet of friendship. What else do you need from me?
The bullet of friendship? What the
Oh,
hell's
you don't
that?
remember that?
No.
Yeah, I have a clip of us from when I was streaming on Twitch a while ago, and we were playing like, what are the Call of Duties? I think like Black Ops 6 or something like that. And
If it was 6, that was not a while ago, but okay. Go
well,
on.
it was a while ago. It was like before we moved out to Texas.
Okay.
But there's just a clip of me like killing you in PvP, even though we're like on the same team. And I just start laughing and I'm like, that was a friendly shoot. That was the bullet of friendship. And you're just like, the bullet of friendship, okay. But yeah.
I feel like there needs to be more like co-op campaign games.
I agree.
Like I like single player like stories, don't get me wrong, but campaigns would be nice.
Yeah, I feel
'Cause
like there's
most
really
of
only
them-
one company that's putting them out, and it's
Well, because most of them are just like competitive or like online. I'm like, I just wanted to go through a story,
yeah.
you know.
Sometimes you just
little-
want to relax with your friends, and not everything. I feel like a lot of the games now are like Gang Beasts or like Human Fall Flat or like those style of party games where you're kind of like fighting your friends in puzzles and stuff. You're really freaking me out. Please stop.
What?
You're just like dead staring at me like
I have blinked.
you did not.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I also didn't hear what you just said. I was like staring through you.
I know. I was like, you've got like 1,000-yard stare right now. Like you're not all there.
It was something about games. I lost what we were talking about.
I was just saying that a lot of gaming companies, for the multiplayer games they're making right now, are like Gang Beasts or Human Fall Flat or that sort of stuff, where it's like you're fighting your friends in puzzles. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Why are you?
I was validating the words you were saying
Oh, thank
by
you.
providing positive feedback through
Okay.
nonverbal cues.
Okay. Did you know men are much less likely to do that?
No. Oh, sorry. Yes, and
Yes. This is
Go
like
on.
a theater class. No, actually, I took a gendered communications class when I was doing my bachelor degree. What are you doing?
There's a piece of wood on the floor, and it stabbed me in the foot.
From what?
I don't know. I didn't bring a tree in here. I think it was your cat, but you said you studied genders in theater.
So when I did my psychology undergrad degree, we did a communication gendered psychology class. And it was just about like the ways that society and gender shape the way we communicate. But one of them was like especially when women are talking to each other, we tend to give a lot of like feedback like that, like whether it's saying like mm-hmm or like nodding or just indicating that we're listening, while men are much more likely to just sit there and like listen.
Yeah, see, you're so worried about like making the other person feel good that you're not listening to me.
No, I'm listening, but like sometimes
See.
if you don't give me that feedback, I feel like I'm not being listened to. Like I'm like, are you?
The only times I don't is when I'm like sitting working on something or doing something on my phone or computer, and then you'll just stop mid sentence, and I'm like, "Are you gonna keep talking?" You're like, "Well, I didn't know you were listening to me." You're like, "Yes, because you started talking while I was typing, so my energy is directed at typing this."
Yeah, that's why I'll be like, oh, wait a second, like you're in the middle of something, because I get excited and I'm like, oh, he needs a moment.
Sure, and then you forget anyway.
Well, anyways, welcome back to Mindless Prattle. What is this, episode 114?
No,
115?
but you're still doing that little click things, which is nice. Think about it.
I hate it when you point things out about me. I don't need to know myself as well.
Well, I mean, if I got to listen to it twice, you should know about it once. Yeah. Do the intro.
I'm Ripley. That's Jordan. We're your hosts of Mindless Prattle, the show where I just get bullied and you get to listen to it.
She made me feel not valuable if I don't shake my head. Yes. I have very little water left, so I must reserve talking.
Like you don't drink water all day long.
Got another 10 words. Uh-oh. I'm out of words.
Oh my god. Okay, so Jordan had me watch Solo Leveling. We finished season 2.
There's only 2 seasons, in case anyone's tracking.
I'm mad about it.
I'm mad about it.
I didn't think I'd like it this much. Like, it's not often where I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I think the last time I felt like that, besides Shangri-La Frontier, was when we started Rising the Shield Hero.
Yeah.
Like, that shit drew me in.
The first season where you're just like, why is he accused of these things?
No, literally, it made me so incredibly angry.
Yeah.
And then they start calling her bitch and slut, and I'm like, ha, fuck that hoe.
Yeah.
Hated her. But, so we finished Solo Leveling, and I'm just like, ugh. And I was like, oh, okay, it'll be fine, because we can keep watching Shangri-La Frontier. And then yesterday we finished the end of season 2.
Okay, but the end of season 2 of Solo Leveling was way more satisfying than the end of season 2 of Shangri-La. Like, it literally cuts off in the middle of a video game tournament and a boss fight, and you're like, what?
No, okay. we both kind of looked at each other like, is that that felt like the end.
Yeah, because they did that thing where they were still showing like progress behind the credits to like get more story in while still showing credits, and I was like, this feels like a very like end of season thing to do, and it was.
So I guess we'll just next season they'll just start open on that tournament.
Yeah, I was like, that's a crazy place to stop. You'd feel like that's where they would go, but I guess since they had 24 episodes and they're like, this is what we got. And I don't know.
Well, and they still didn't tell us where Ray went. Like,
yeah, she had to log out for something.
She just logged out, and that was it. Goodbye.
I don't know. I do think I'm right about that USA girl being their other party mate. I do too. She got the same energy. You don't know what we're talking about. That's fine. I don't care.
You guys should watch it though. It's a fun video game anime that just like, I don't know. Sometimes I get tired of like the really intense. Like Solo Leveling was kind of emotionally intense. Like, had a lot going on in it. I liked it, but it had a lot going on. Shangri-La is just more like fun, just adventure, slice of life type of thing.
No.
And I like that he's always wearing a mask. Like even when he goes to meet his friends, he's like, "Fuck, I gotta hide my face."
Which is so great. I'm like, all right, I guess you could do it. But did you get a text message?
No, my screen went dark.
It looked like you got a text.
I didn't. Don't worry, it's just my other husband.
That's good.
He can wait.
Yeah, he's more patient than me.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Did you have anything you wanted to say? I don't want to just like railroad you in the podcast today.
You remember in the intro where she said that she's the one that gets bullied? You see how that's not true? She's like, oh, but I didn't want to bully you.
He bullies me all the freaking
Okay.
time. I feel like 70% of our relationship is you bullying me.
That's not true, okay? You are not that good at math to keep up with 70%. Did you like that? That was accurate and
You
an
see what I
insult.
deal with. Okay, but there's a few video games coming out I didn't even know existed.
Dude, this year's game of the year is going to be hard to choose.
No, there's so many.
So many.
And we're not even through May yet. Like,
yeah, no, I was looking at a list the other day of just games that have already come out, and I'm like, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
So coming up, we've got Elden Ring Night Rain coming out on May 30th. It's a co-op spinoff of Elden Ring. And then Doom: The Dark Ages comes out, or just came out as well.
Yep.
Death Stranding 2 comes out in June. I still haven't played the first one.
Yeah.
You started it, didn't you?
The first one, yeah. Blueprints. I don't know if you've heard of it, but
No,
Blueprints is a really good game. It's like a first-person like puzzle game where you're walking around in a world, but supposedly the mechanics of it are very like a unique puzzle mechanics that they've implemented, and I've seen like a little bit of video on it, but not too much. But that comes out. Split Fiction came out.
Yep.
Doom came out and had like 3 million players in the first like 24 hours.
Yep.
Expedition 33, which we've talked about before, is I think around 3 million players, but
Yep.
it took them I think like a week to get there.
Avowed.
But
The Oblivion Remastered.
Avowed wasn't on the main contender list that I saw.
don't think it would be because
Yeah.
while I think it was fun and a lot of people enjoyed it, I think it had a lot more issues than the other games did.
Not so much issues as just things that you would expect to find in modern games, especially of that level, like that caliber of games. Like especially with my biggest issue with that game is the map. The map is terrible to look at. It's very confusing. The fog of war is so dense that even when you're walking around, you can't tell which parts of the map you can access and which parts you can't. So there's literally like black spots on your map because you can't get to those areas.
I liked it,
like-
but I didn't even get past like the first. Like I got past the tutorial area, and then I was in the first map area, and I didn't go further than that.
Yeah, no, it didn't draw me in, but it was fun to go through. And honestly, like I was on just regular difficulty, and it still felt like I was speed running through most of it because I got a bow and arrow that chained lightning every time you hit somebody. So I would hit them, it would stun whoever I hit, and then it would chain lightning to 4 different enemies around them and stun all of them.
Yeah.
So I would literally just stand back and hit them with arrows, and I almost never got hit after that. And I was like,
I didn't have that issue
I'm just
because I'm not
farming this.
great. However, that is what I've been doing in Once Human lately. Like I think I'm level. Well, I just hit 20, but I was fighting animals like 10 levels higher than me because I got that crossbow with the electric thing, so I could just shoot them from far away and like keep waiting.
The beginning area, like the tutorial and that first area of Avowed was difficult. Like I was like, man, this is a challenging game. I got to plan these battles out because I went into one and was like, oh, I got to go confront this like pirate boss, and then she like one shot me because her pistol does so much damage, and I was like, all right, I got to block that somehow or dodge it. But then as soon as you get like halfway through that first area where like most everything's cleared, you're just like, wow, I have a lot of money and a lot of weapons that are decently good. Like immediately I was like, well, I don't have to pick up everything to sell it for money anymore. You know how you do in the start of games like that, where you're just like, oh, pick up everything you can find and we'll sell it off to make some money.
Oh, standard RPG thing.
Yeah, no, I immediately was like, I don't need to pick up anything anymore because I immediately had too much money. I'm like, okay.
I don't think I've bought
crazy.
anything in there.
No, almost nothing was worth it.
Even like potions,
like,
you just
all
make
right.
them yourself.
No, and I went to like high level areas, and it would still be like, oh, would you like to buy this? And I was like, the only thing I was buying was upgrade materials for that bow, because I was like, everything else that you offer me either does less damage or doesn't have good abilities that I could like trade off. So I was like, no, I'm good. But I think that's why that one won't be on there. But Ghost of Yotai comes out this year too. Like,
Is that a follow up to Ghost of Tsushima?
Yep.
What is Ghost of Tsushima about? Is that the one I watched you play?
Yeah, I have it.
I was like, I feel like you have a lot of like Japanese and inspired games and stuff, you know? They've been putting out quite a few. I wonder if game makers are just starting to realize that we're all kind of sick of everything being centered around Europe. Like, there's so many other stories in the world.
You mean Fallout, where they were like, no, we'll never put out anything about Europe. It's only the U.S. You're like,
To be
okay.
fair, like, Fallout is about U.S. consumerism and materialism and, like, our never-ending war machine. So I could see why they wouldn't put it somewhere else. I think it'd be cool if, like, a different game country came out with their own, like, similar concept, you know?
Yeah. So far, some of these we've talked about. Yeah, but I feel like you could still get it, like, world leaders in on that. And be like, oh, yeah, the world leaders have come together and we're going to start over. And you're like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But
Did Atomic Heart come out this year, too, or was that last year?
No, Atomic Heart came out a while ago. You talking about Atomfall?
Atomfall, that's it.
Atomfall came out, and I played it, and it's the same. I think it's the same as Avowed. Like, it's good mechanics, it's fun, but it's not. It's like missing, like, the drawing you in.
Like more of
it.
like an A tier than an S tier type thing.
Yeah, it was. It's even on like the standard difficulty. It's more of like a true Fallout game where your ammo is very limited. Enemies are like have real life senses, not video game senses. So like if you're walking behind them, they'll hear you from like 20 feet away. Like you have to walk really, really slow in order for stealth to actually matter, which is kind of crazy because like one of the first missions, they push like stealth on you and they make it easy for like the first second. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as you get to like the first camp that's like right up the road, it's like impossible to be stealthy. And I'm like, what? You just told me about this. So it was fun, but it wasn't like super engaging, and it threw you like right into the story. So like you literally, that story, it starts out with you waking up in a bunker and a scientist stumbles in and he's dying. He's like, you have to help me. And you help him and he gives you some stuff, or you can let him die and take his stuff, either way. But
what did you do?
Then you just stand up and leave this bunker, and he gives you a key card to access all the other bunkers in the area. And I'm like, how did I get to this bunker? Yeah, I was like, how did I get to this bunker? What the hell's happening here? And then every time you walk through like a conversation, everyone's like, where'd you come from? And you have the option to like lie and be like, oh, I'm from this town, or I'm from this region. Or you can just tell the truth. It's like, I have no idea. I woke up in a bunker. And every time they're like, okay. And then they just kind of move on. And you're like, all right, well, that's...
They're like, all right, weirdo.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you must be from this city. And you're like, yeah, sure. Every time. And I'm like, so there's no, like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
seem
to matter, yeah. I don't like that. I do like when my choices matter, even if it's difficult to make them in games, you know?
Yeah. But I think Expedition 33's got a good chance. Split Fiction's got a good chance, but I think there's just not enough people that play, like, with one co-op partner for it to push it up to that tier,
I also think,
you know?
As fun as it was and as great as it wasn't as deep as their
No.
What was it? What was the other one?
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two. I feel like the storyline in It Takes Two was really like profound and meaningful, and like it was still fun, but you know, it was kind of a serious subject matter. And while those elements were kind of present in Split Fiction, I think they didn't take it as far as they should have. It didn't have like that emotional resonance, and the side stories weren't as fun and intricate as in It Takes Two.
Yeah. Some other contenders, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Oh, I have the first one in my Steam library, but I still haven't played it.
It's a realistic medieval RPG, basically. It's just, you know. Monster Hunter Wilds. I didn't play that. You did, though.
Yeah, I started it. I haven't played it in a little bit because it's a little too intense for my wrist. You got a lot of button mashing in Monster Hunter, so... But I did really like it. The character customization is phenomenal. Like, I could probably spend hours just on the custom character creation alone. Like, there was so many that the first time I made my character, I just kind of said, fuck it, I'll just do it like this. And then I had to go back and fix her because she looked creepy.
Yeah,
her
I remember you
like
saying that.
Eyes.
It was like...
like super yellow and green. But I fixed it. Plus, she looked kind of like that actress. Is it Jessica Chastain? Whoever plays Claire in the Jurassic World movies?
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I don't know the name.
Or is it Bryce Dallas Howard? I get them mixed up.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
I think it's Jessica Chastain. But my character somehow looked a lot like her, but with like snake eyes. So I had to fix it. I was like, I don't want that. but it's really fun. And it's got some cuties in it, like Gemma, the blacksmith. She's so cute. I love her.
You were saying that that little kid in it was like super annoying though, right?
Yeah. To me.
To you.
To be fair, he's a scared kid whose family has been like completely murdered by this mythical dragon, but
Well, why do we need the kid then? That's crazy.
to find out where he came from.
That direction. Okay.
Yeah, no, I just
Like what?
but it is good. I'll keep playing it. I've been playing Once Human.
Mm.
I like that game a lot, but they need to fix their pricing system, like for like add-ons and stuff, because I think a lot more people would be willing to give them money, but they're only pricing things for whales, which is normal. Like normally there's a few things that are super expensive
For whales?
that's what they call them, like rich people who are willing to spend a fuck ton of money on a mobile game or things
well,
like that.
yeah, but I feel like that's the developer because it's a
Chinese
primarily Chinese developer. They put a lot of more money into the add-ons than they do like the initial game.
Yeah, they're very into gacha gaming, but normally with other companies, like they'll have something super high tier that only those people could buy, but then they'll have like stuff in the middle so that lower tier consumers can still purchase and they'll still get their money.
Yeah,
These people, like somebody
it's
will do the math on Reddit, for example, and they'll be like, it costs over $150 to get these loot crates, and that's if you're successful at getting the special items.
Yeah,
like,
and that's a
immediately.
gamble.
And then they have a new die system, so then you have to pay another $50 if you want both the dies for these loot crates, and it's just like, who has $200 for that?
They have so many aspects of the game that I feel like they haven't mastered any of them completely. They've just kind of been like, yeah, and we put these things in the game, and you're like, that's great, but you haven't like gotten it fantastic. Like the wish machine, like it could have been cool, but it was very like not explained very well. Same thing with like the
I know you had to explain to me how it worked because I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Same thing with like just the story. And you're like, you have to like go back and reread everything so you know what the story is, because it'll be like 2 lines of text and then it'll be like, great, go across the map and go here, and you're like, why?
Yep.
You have to go in the details to go read what's happening.
And I mean, I have fun with it, but I don't know. It's one of those games I just can't play a lot. Like, I'm not going to play it for like 4 weeks straight, like Minecraft,
No, but you have to keep up with it, which is annoying.
Because everything's real time.
Yeah. Did you play that Indiana Jones game? It's the Great Circle.
No, because I couldn't download it on my computer, remember? But I guess I could now.
I mean, I thought you could get it on your Xbox.
I tried to, but then the download failed, and I just didn't try again.
On your Xbox? Mm-hmm. Interesting. It was good. I didn't have the time to dedicate to it, and there were other games I wanted to play more. Mm-hmm. So I think I could see that one being Game of the Year, especially with like older gamers or people who are more into Indiana Jones.
I do think that's one thing it would have going against it, is that it's been a while since the new Indiana Jones came out. I don't think a lot of the kids and like teenagers who games are aimed at right now they might find it fun, but they're not going to be like, oh my god, Indiana Jones, I grew up with him,
Yeah.
I fucking love Indiana Jones.
The other problem with it too is like it was nominated for 2024's Game of the Year, and the only reason it's in the running for 25 is because it released on PS5 in 25.
Oh.
So like they're like, yeah.
I don't feel like they really deserve that one then. Like, you shouldn't be allowed to compete in 2 different years, even if you released it on different platforms.
Yeah, that's what it comes out.
I feel like you should have to pick one.
And then it's got some underdogs. Avowed is an underdog. Assassin's Creed Shadows, underdog. I can see that. The Oblivion remaster is an underdog. And then some upcoming titles: Hades 2, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotai that we were talking about. I'll cut to your view on that, but just to explain, no, we don't have ghosts. The cat opened the door.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, no, on the camera, the door just literally goes and like opens by itself. She leaned against the door and opened it.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
She loves doors and corners.
I'm waiting. When does the new Dune game come out? I've seen like some streamers have gotten like the early access to it, and it looks fun. It comes out June 5th. Ooh, that's actually in like 2 weeks. Dang. Okay. I have a backlog of a lot of games, but it's
Me too. I was like, I told you I thought about streaming again, and I'm like, maybe I'll just do a thing where I just go through all my backlog, because I've got Steam games I've literally never even touched.
It's funny you mentioned that because I was going through and cleaning up my desktop the other day, and I had an Excel file of all of my backlog of games that I put out and how much time like I thought each one would take and what I would need to do to go back and complete them. And I was looking at it and I was like, wow, I still haven't completed any of these. I took off like one out of like the 50. Like I have so many backlog games. I'm like, oh, I should do these.
Yeah, I think for me the issue is just that like when I get stressed out, I like to play games I've played before, like, you know, my favorite childhood games or, you know, just something that's like quick and relaxing, like a Minecraft or a Stardew Valley.
I think my issue is if I'm playing in like an Xbox game out in the living room, I'll play it for, you know, however long because I'm comfortable out there. Yeah. But like I was telling you, this chair, I've had it for, I want to say like 6-7 years, something like that. It's just getting.
It's a little longer. Like you got it. Oh, never mind.
I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a while.
Like before COVID, I want to say like a year before, maybe.
So yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like 6 or 7 years, but like it's just getting so uncomfortable, and like there's so little like padding in the fake leather that every time I sit on it, I just start sweating because it's so hot. Yeah. I'm like, ugh.
I told you I will never get another gaming chair. They aren't made for like actually supporting your back and like.
No, I was looking at like ergonomic like mesh chairs. I'm like those. It looks so much. It looks so much like not squishier, but like airflow. And I'm like, that'll be so nice. I won't have to sweat to death.
That's why I love this chair because I can sit on it in like a million different positions. Mm-hmm. The only way these could be nicer is I would love if it had like little arm things, but it fits under my desk easier, so I can't even complain about that.
Also, Dune Awakening is multiplayer. Just saying.
Oh, is it going to be on Games Pass?
I doubt it.
I don't know if I want to spend money on that then.
Let me see.
I need that money for my cat litter box.
Oh, maybe there's just a beta sign up that people could do it.
I thought we already signed up for it.
Oh, maybe. Game. Let's see. Build your Dune, Rise to Power. Pre-order now. Let's see what I can pre-order it on. It looks like you can only pre-order it on Steam. Is that the only place it's coming out?
Maybe it'll like release over time.
Game is set to be released for Windows in June of 2025. PlayStation and Xbox are planned for a later date, but nothing yet. So, okay. I mean, even still, though, I think it's...
I can just imagine that game is going to be really graphics heavy.
Yeah, probably.
Because the animation of sand...
No, I was not born in 2003. Thank you. View page. How much is it? Pre-purchase is $50.
That's not bad. I expected it to be way higher.
I thought it'd be 60 to 70. A lot of games coming out used to be 60, now they're 70. But 50 is actually not a terrible price for a game like this size. And the reviews, so far what I've seen, it looks good. They just need to iron out some like UI issues and like little bugs here and there. But
yeah, it's like I don't like that games are more expensive because I know they're not paying their people more.
No, they're not paying like developers more. I mean, like unless you're really just being like, you need to work overtime, you know? But
like if they were like, oh, hey, games are $70 now because we want to give like our developers and our game testers a living wage. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'll pay $70 for people to be able to afford food, you know, like, but I don't want to give you $70 just because your CEO is greedy as fuck, you know.
But even then, even if you're just playing like the new whatever it is, even the Doom game, right? They made 3 million players. It's on Games Pass, but 3 million plays on Games Pass is millions of dollars that Xbox is then given to this company.
Xbox
and you're like,
has made some of the smartest like business decisions the past 5-10 years. Like
as far as video games go,
yeah. They
bought and acquired so many studios. Have you seen the backlash going on right now? It's called with the Marathon game. So
what game?
Bungie is
like Destiny Bungie?
Yep. They were making a game called Marathon, and it's basically like there was an old Marathon game that came out in like the 90s, but they're making a new one, right? Mm-hmm. And the issue is that someone found a Twitter account, and it was all of the art and all of the art style was this guy's art on Twitter.
So they like stole all the art?
And so they posted it to this guy, and the guy was like, yeah, I didn't give them permission. And so they're like, so initially they were like, oh, a few of the photos match the art. They took this guy's art for some aesthetics. And then they dug deeper and found like his linked accounts and whatnot. And now it's like the entire aesthetic of like the entire game is based off of his stolen art. And so they're talking about, and the only way that they linked it through this is the lead developer at Bungie who was working on this was following that account on Twitter. And they were like, the dude's following that account, and supposedly he gave the lead developer gave those concepts to the developer teams. So like 90% of the people working on it didn't know that they were using stolen art to build this world.
Oh man, they're gonna get sued so hard.
And I was like, damn, like the whole game is based off of this dude's stolen art. So now they're like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Like, is it gonna be? Are they gonna sue? Like, is this guy gonna get some? Are you gonna bring him in as a collaborator if he agrees to it? Like, what's going on with this game? And the game looked good, and it looked like it would be fun. But like 90% of the people at Bungie were like, we had no idea. It's just that guy over there.
That's a level of stupidity that's like those people who leave ChatGPT like prompts in their posts of things, you know.
No, and I saw some like content creators online talking about it, and they were like, yeah, Bungie, if they were smart, they would use that guy who's following that account and drop everything on him and just blame him and fire him and find him. Because they'd be like, this guy stole art without our knowledge. We don't claim it. We're going to work with the actual creator. But like, that's the smart move on Bungie's part in order to like save how much time and effort's been put in the game before they have to just scrap it all together.
Be compensating him for all artwork.
Like, yeah, but I was just like, that's so shitty that, you know, like you followed some guy on Twitter, stole all his art, aesthetics, like the style of it, everything.
You know what?
Like,
I think that's not the first time I've heard about Bungie doing that, though.
It might not be. I don't know.
Like, there was a lot of... I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, it's on like Steam. They tried to... They re-released it, but yeah, like that whole thing.
I really want to go to the movies.
Movies would be fun. What is your title for this episode, ma'am?
Mindless Game of the Year.
I knew you were going to say that.
Why?
Mine was Mindless 1,000-Yard Stare.
I like that too.
Which one's it going to be?
Mindless 1,000-Yard Stare it is.
Well, okay. Way to fold. What are you staring at? You don't know?
I got to get my own.
What? You can't just look 500. You got to look all 1,000. You blinked. You ruined it.
I could disassociate on command. Well, that's going to do her for today. This has been an episode of Mindless Prattle. This one was mostly about video games, but hey, that's about usual around here. We hope you liked what you heard. If you did, please give us a follow. You can see us on Mondays. No, hold on. On Mondays, the podcast comes out everywhere. And on Tuesdays, the video comes out on YouTube. My book comes out July 4th.
If you haven't followed on that one on the book talks.
Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram. I'm on those.
Mm-hmm. You just did the cover reveal, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be good.
And I'm very glad I redid the cover because immediately people were like, did they use AI? And I was like, no. And they were like, good. So, good choice.
All right. That's going to do it for us. We hope you had fun. I know I did. And she bullied me. But we had fun anyway. We'll see y'all next time.
Goodbye.